I'm Christopher Titus, and this is the Armageddon Update. The media! That group of people who used to report the news instead now, in our current state, have become a reality show circus where actual news isn't talked about.
Dating has become a total nightmare. There are no guys.
Opinions now seem to be the news.
Tonight, we turn to an expert in politics.
Or it's faux news. This right-wing hellscape of lies and pure bullshit has really set the bar for propaganda in America. Hitler and Goebbels will be proud. Here's how bad faux news is. They lost a civil case and had to pay $800 million for lying about an election that wasn't rigged, had zero fraud, and was even recounted by the cyber ninjas who were paid for by this guy. And the cyber ninjas found more votes for this guy. In fact, in 6 swing states out of 25 million votes counted, there were less than 475 total fraudulent votes, and most of those were Republicans filling out ballots for dead relatives who had died of COVID, which was a hoax. Look, if you're still watching Fox after a court of law said they lied, then you deserve your stupid. Enjoy it.
I love the poorly educated.
But let's talk about all our mainstream media. They ain't news anymore. In the last 8 years, where Donald J. Trump tried to end our country, yeah, by the way, he committed treason. That's a pretty big story. And yet somehow, he's still running for president again.
I love the poorly educated.
His minions tried to take over the capital of our country like a Taliban Venezuela coup.
We're going to walk down to the Capitol.
Over 1 million people died under his watch. He took 10 million from Egypt, a foreign government, to finance his campaign in 2015. He raped women. He cheated on his taxes. He says he can grab pussy because he's famous. He set troops loose on protesters. He mused about injecting disinfectant.
And then I see the disinfectant. And is there a way we can do something like that by injection?
Or sticking a light inside the body.
Supposing we hit the body with a tremendous, whether it's ultraviolet or just very powerful light.
And the mainstream media is still treating him like he's a viable candidate.
A new set of polls finds the presidential race essentially tied across the Sun Belt swing states.
They've played his whole rally and on the same day didn't cover Kamala's because obviously the clown show is more exciting. What the fuck? He's not a viable candidate.
Sometimes people will open the door for you and leave it open. Sometimes they won't. And then you need to kick that fucking door down.
But these humps keep talking about him like he's not the treasonous, bankrupt rapist that we all watched and heard him be. And by the way, people, if Trump gets elected, it won't be his voters' fault. They are just responding to the liars on Fox and the rest of the media who have normalized this orange, bulbous creep. The polls are showing a statistical tie. How? How is that possible? The media. That's why. They need the narrative so they have a story. They also need to keep their jobs because all these media companies are owned mostly by conservatives. And Reagan killed the fairness doctrine for this guy, Roger Ailes, the guy that invented Fox News. They also need to justify their paychecks, yeah.
It was the most horrific, stupidest, longest breaking news cycle in the history of American broadcasting, Bob.
In other news, electric cars are making inroads. So what our current media has done, they've stopped being thorough and honest. The mainstream news isn't anymore. They sit around and they muse with these unqualified pundit douchebags, imagining what might happen. And they're wrong 95% of the time. That ain't news, people. That's a podcast like this one. Look, we are in a crazy time. It's not just an election on the ballot. The end of America is on the ballot. Democracy or dictator? A dictator who is a dick. And he's hung like a tater tot, according to Stormy. There are only 5 people that seem to tell the truth about this sedition, planning, racist, lying, cheating, daughter-coveting, con man scumbag. Katie Fang, Lawrence O'Donnell, Ali Velshi, Nicole Wallace, and Joy Reid. And the rest of them, they just won't call him out because that would be biased. Bullshit. You guys are scared of him. He's going to call you nasty, or he's going to sick his moron zombie army on you. So instead, you randomly quote rap lyrics on the news.
Plead the fifth when it comes to the fam. I'm like a dog.
I never speak, but I understand. Bill Gates don't dangle diamonds in your face when he Microsoft into place. Put some respect on my name.
Ari, what the fuck is happening? You never heard Walter Cronkite end his broadcast with, "From the window to the wall, till the sweat drips from my balls, I'm Walter Cronkite spitting fire." And that's the news. Our current media is pathetic. It's not news. You know who tells you the truth? Us! The people that are currently speaking truth to power in America right now are on YouTube, Instagram, and Threads, doing podcasts, exercising their First Amendment rights, while the people that call themselves journalists are soft-pedaling reporting on the most dangerous, mentally ill, narcissistic, psychopath traitor in 150 years.
Very, very large brain.
To you in the media, Katie Tur, Jake Tapper, and Ari Melber, you're half-assing the most important job in our democracy, the Fourth Estate. Our media is supposed to speak truth to power, not quote the Wu-Tang Clan. Or Katie, you talk about how people feel about the polls. You're supposed to talk about the facts. You have and are continuing to make the worst person we've ever had in office a man who said he'll be dictator on day one. You're making him a possibility. And you do know if he wins, you're the ones that are going to be behind bars. You get that, right? Oh, it's in Project 2025. Maybe be a good journalist and read it, idiots. I'm Christopher Titus, and this is the Armageddon Update. Fuck, man. You guys just keep making him normal. Yeah, you're Trump's for president. Trump's a fucking criminal. 34 times convicted psychopath. And you just keep talking about him like it's fine. He's just going to go over here.